Hey everyone, Arcade here to give you my 2 cents on a game you should never, under any circumstance, play under the effects of hallucinogens. Today, we take a look at Pony Island. Let's talk about it. Pony Island was released January 4th, 2016 for PC. Let's start this off by talking about the story. The game revolves around you, the player character, interacting with an old arcade video game called Pony Island. In Pony Island, the version inside this game, not this game itself, you take control of a pony, running across a 2D plane, dodging or destroying obstacles in your way, and surviving long enough to reach the end of each level. But not everything here is sunshine, rainbows, and happy times, as something much more sinister lies within this arcade cabinet. Deep within the internals of Pony Island lies a demon who wants nothing more than to take your soul and keep you here in this fictional hell forever. Luckily though, you meet the soul of another prisoner early on who agrees to help you escape so long as you help him corrupt Pony Island's operating system from the inside. This will be no easy task, however, as it involves you digging deep into the internals of Pony Island and deleting the core files within. Along your journey, you'll be joined by Binary Laser Beams, Bumble Basilbub, and Barry Tickles and the Butterfly Boys. Now let's talk about presentation for a second here. The atmosphere in Pony Island is, in my opinion, one of the game's biggest draws. The graphics alone were more than enough to pull me into this world of uneasiness and intrigue. On the surface, the game doesn't look to be anything too ominous or uncanny, but once you delve deeper, you'll soon find that that statement no longer stands true. The entire game is displayed on one old CRT monitor, complete with dust buildup and fish lens vision. It's got glitchy, false 3D pixels that shake and bounce about the screen to show how unstable this operating system is becoming. It's little things like this that really seem to add atmosphere to the overall experience of the game and fill you to the brim with anticipation as to what you'll see next. The music and sound found within this fun little arcade cabinet of horrors is also worth giving praise to, as it adds an entire new layer to this delectable atmospheric cake. On the music end, we have delicious, crispity, crunchity tones arpeggiating in the background, as bold, boisterous sound waves fly in and out of the score that amp you up in the same way 4 Red Bulls in the course of 2 hours would. Combine that with the sharp, almost stinging sounds of enemy attacks, the static scratching of you being blown into pixelated bits, and the low, consistent humming of old hardware in the background, and you've got yourself the recipe for feeling like you've actually found yourself a real old-school video game in the middle of an abandoned mall arcade. Overall, the presentation here is great, and the soundtrack will be something that'll stay stuck in my head for days to come. Last but not least, let's talk about the gameplay. Now, while the visual aesthetics of Pony Island are great and all, the true star of the show is the gameplay. I mentioned earlier that there are some files that need deleting within the OS, but I never got into the details of exactly how you go about doing so. In order to prevent taking all the surprise and fun away from those who have yet to play the game, I'm going to keep it a bit light on the details of exactly what you do to complete said goal. All I'll say is that while running, jumping, and shooting laser beams out of your mouth as an 8-bit pony is what you'll be doing for a good bit of your playtime, you're also going to be completing puzzles and exploring Pony Island's internal programming. The puzzles here present themselves as little mini hacks you conduct within these glitched pixels found throughout the game, in which you must move different directional blocks around with the end goal of getting a key from one line of code to a lock, which lies on another line of code. This can lead to all sorts of changes within the operating system, which is an absolute treat to explore. There are all sorts of icons, hidden buttons, and secret files hidden about that are just begging to be clicked and explored. This game strongly encourages you to look into every nook and cranny of this demented game box, and you should do just that, as this game rewards exploration as well as experimentation, and that's where half of the fun lies. Alright, so what's my verdict on this game? Pony Island itself isn't a great game by any means. All you do is jump, shoot, and repeat. It's boring, tedious, and is completely uninspired.
Definitely not worth full price.
But Pony Island, on the other hand, is a great game. It has a unique way of breaking the fourth wall with the player, which isn't something you see all too often in video games. Unlike something like, say, Doki Doki Literature Club, you're going to know very early on that something isn't right here. But that doesn't stop the game from keeping you on your toes, completely unaware as to what will come next. As a both very unique and very affordable title, Pony Island is a game I certainly recommend. Its runtime may only sit at a couple of hours, but the game will run you $5, and there's more than enough to warrant a second, or even a third playthrough. With that being said, I'm gonna slap a big old
definitely worth full price
on Pony Island and bring this review to a close. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, maybe support the channel by clicking the whatever, hitting that other whatever, and if you'd like to recommend a game for me to review, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.